Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to another war selection video. Today we have a very high skilled 1v1 between two great players yet again. One of them you know as XKaLiBaR and the other some people may know but I personally didn't, and that's Don'tTouchmyTralala. That's going to be fun to say throughout this entire video, but anyway, this gameplay will go all the way to industrial and you have no telling at all who is going to win the game. It's very intense with lots of action, so grab yourself a drink or a snack, hit that like button, comment below for the giveaways with more info in the description, and there's also a link to my Discord down there somewhere. Of course, subscribe to the channel with those notifications on to not miss out on anything that goes on around here. And with all that said, let's get right into the gameplay. Starting us off, we have XKaLiBaR's base. He's on the far right side of the map and in green. He starts to make a house, gets a warehouse down and instantly creates a second scout. Yep, the first one is already on the way to the enemy's base, and then of course carries on the production of houses for now. Over at Tralala's base, so fun to say, he's gone for a similar method, the same as everyone does, but not getting out as second scout. This might be a sign of a defensive strategy to come, as he might have an idea of who his opponent is. I also noticed he went for both his warehouse upgrades and also the speed upgrade for the workers. With that fight pit coming down as well, I can tell he's getting prepared for an XKaLiBaR's speedy early game attack. Oh wow, this glitch happens a lot as well, with deer getting stuck in either the altar or the bulwark you start with. I mean, it's free food, but it's not like he can delete his altar. Back over at XKaLiBaR's base, and of course he's going to have the first fight pit down by now, and is also marking down the blueprints of where he'd like all of his buildings to sit nicely. I sped it up a little bit, and it's quite funny that at the same time they both scout each other, even though XKaLiBaR made a second scout. Although he is probably going to know the map they are playing on by now, with a ton of vision being scouted all over the map. They are also both getting their temples down at a similar time. Tralala is looking like he's trying to keep a nice tight base to keep everything as close as he can. And now, just after 5 minutes into the game, XKaLiBaR sends down his first wave of 10 warriors. But the problem is they don't get there for a couple of minutes, and to do this every time, Tralala is going to have a lot of time to recover after each attack. When he does eventually make it there, he starts destroying some houses. But now Tralala has a few warriors of his own to respond with. He's also going Europe in a 1v1, well, you don't see that very often. XKaLiBaR has now smartly pulled away his warriors to the south side of his base, dragging away any units Tralala has going for him. He does this to create some space for the next wave of warriors, and he's going to do this constantly for the rest of the game now. Luckily, Tralala had gotten away with a lot of workers being down south. It must have been quite annoying really, because he didn't have any wood, and that may even be why he went for Europe instead of Asia. Again, you can see XKaLiBaR drag his warriors down south, and Tralala gets scared and splits his army because he knows that another wave is coming for him. Oh, those warriors are so close to the workers. He's quite lucky his enemy does not see them. Well, once again, XKaLiBaR has some warriors destroying some more houses. With those houses destroyed, Tralala still looks comfortable. Even without any vision as well. I know, no vision. What a madman. Once again, XKaLiBaR attacks through the fog and forces Tralala to attack those units. And it's not long before XKaLiBaR has yet another army coming towards the base. Now they are here, they are just going for more houses to stop his population from growing even further, and his base is starting to get a lot thinner. It's starting to not look very good for Red, as he starts using his workers to attack with as well now. XKaLiBaR will just carry on doing exactly the same thing until he ruins your entire economy or forces you to quit. Oh, here he is again with another army. I must say though, Tralala has done brilliantly to hold off these attacks and stay up there with his resources. He's even upgrading the barracks now for some stronger units. XKaLiBaR is now giving Tralala a little bit of time to breathe whilst he waits for his army to stack up again. But in that time, a huge upgrade comes in. Upgrading those warriors to Europe spearmen are going to be deadly. XKaLiBaR done the same by upgrading half of his army and was probably hoping he hadn't upgraded his yet. They go into battle and of course Tralala wins that one. With the pressure eased out of his base, he knows he can now attempt a counter-attack, but still has to be careful because of all those units travelling down to his base. He did think about stopping to fight them, but changed his mind as he had to try and do some sort of eco damage to his enemy. Back down at Red's base though, the Europe towers come in at the same time those warriors go in. He does have a few units to help defend with as well, so he has no problem dealing with them for now. XKaLiBaR drags the last of his attack down south once again to make way for his second attack. He has also found those workers down south, but they had already finished cutting all those trees, so I imagine that's fine. The second wave of warriors go into the base, and at the top we have a counter attack from Tralala. I totally missed it. There he is, just destroying fight pits and houses, when he can go for the workers right there in the poultry yard. Taking out the Stone Age workers would be most effective here, because he can't make any more. Unfortunately, he carries on to destroy that stone cutter that's not even needed for XKaLiBaR anymore, and the rest of his units die. Once again at Tralala's base, the warriors are still in there causing a nuisance, but things are still looking okay for him. A little bit of time goes on, and would you believe it, another warrior attack comes in. But at the same time, Tralala has split his units up to go into XKaLiBaR's base, and this time goes for the all-important Stone Age workers that collect a ton of food. Once that attack was done, it looks like both players are starting to make their way onto the Iron Age now, and with there being no Stone Age buildings, a final wave of warriors will be coming from XKaLiBaR, but they don't last long. They did eventually get rid of them, and the full army of Europe spearmen make their way towards green. With a few towers, an army of heavy spears and normal spears, his opponent was more than ready for them. Now Tralala has hit medieval and XKaLiBaR is on the way. Before he does get there though, there's one final attack into Red's base, and it's at a crucial time. He's going to be upgrading a lot of things and is going to be low on resources. Once again, Tralala got rid of them rather quickly. Some time goes on before another attack comes in, and you think it'd be from XKaLiBaR, but no. Tralala has legions and axemen at the south side of his enemy's base destroying buildings rather than going for eco. I'm not sure this is the best thing to do since those archers will take you out pretty quickly. He does eventually get to the workers, but doesn't do much damage before they die off. Tralala is still trickling units into XKaLiBaR's base in an attempt to take out any loose workers that he can. We are over 40 minutes into the game and both players are still early medieval. You would expect them both to be IR by now, but it just goes to show how late you can be when you are actually fighting in 1v1s and not just rushing the ages like in team games and free-for-alls. The towers are now coming in from XKaLiBaR to try and gain some vision on his opponent, but Tralala does the same. He has also walled twice to make it extremely difficult for XKaLiBaR to get in now. We all know how effective these Western Europe walls are. With longbows also at the ready, Tralala was ready for anything, and a fight begins in the middle of the map. There's a constant battle here for a while. That is until some Langsnecks get involved and start clearing the towers. XKaLiBaR is forced to retreat his army. However, his hand cannons have arrived and they are going to help get rid of all those units. A little bit. But look at this as well, XKaLiBaR has the gunpowder unit for East Asia, and they're hopefully going to help take out those armoured units. After some time, they do get pushed back, and Tralala is forced to restack his units. All of a sudden, it's looking like he has the upper hand in this game. XKaLiBaR noticed he was retreating and of course followed to try and counter-attack, and some more fighting is about to take place with an attempt of towers from both players as well. This time it was XKaLiBaR who retreated to restack his units, and both players were allowed some time to breathe. But honestly, it's not for long, as TralalaLa decides to push yet again and takes out an enemy tower. XKaLiBaR is forced to retreat behind his buildings this time, but I think this is a mistake, as they are going to be easily taken out with all those cannons, whether they be his own or his enemies. Another tower comes in from TralalaLa to keep pushing on that vision, and you can also see in the top right corner that XKaLiBaR's economy is in ruins. He has no food, but he is nearly at China. I think he's just trying to hold off until he hits industrial so that he can just swamp his opponent. For some reason, TralalaLa has not even started the upgrade to IR yet, and we are 1 hour and 5 minutes into the game. As I was saying that, he makes his way up to the Industrial Revolution as abstract, and XKaLiBaR has just hit China. If TralalaLa does not push now with his troops, XKaLiBaR is going to be able to stack a load of militiamen, and well, it's going to be game over. He does start to push a little bit, and it just looks like XKaLiBaR is trying to waste time for his eco to go back up. I'm not sure if he has enough time to make a comeback in this one, with the way things are going at the moment. Whilst the attack was happening, TralalaLa now has a nice bit of towers along with some vision and is getting more, but I don't think he should have retreated. He needed to do as much damage as he could to XKaLiBaR whilst he was transitioning to China. And now XKaLiBaR was kind of ready to start pushing back a little bit. He takes out a tower, but is forced to retreat yet again, and now his opponent is also IR. I am not sure how they are going to deal with all the incoming militiamen. That's if XKaLiBaR can just get his units and eco stacked up again. He is slowly doing the job, but it looks like he has a lot of work to do. TralalaLa does the right thing by building a lot closer to the enemy's base with IR units to get them there as quick as they can, and also building a university for some more workers to create towers as well. Once again, he's doing enough to stay in the fight outside the base and well away from his own. After some more fighting, XKaLiBaR now has the soldiers coming out of the barracks, so he'll surely be able to push his enemy back now with some more ranged units, although it does look like those howitzers are making a difference. Another couple of minutes go by and they both go back into battle with their armies. XKaLiBaR has done a great job by pushing the enemy back that little bit more, and he's just going to restack his army before going in again. But look at this, a surprise attack of militiamen come from the north and are going to wipe out all of those cannons. A light bomber comes swooping through the sky at the same time, and now the real push from XKaLiBaR can come. Now just look at the units he has. I think this is all he is going to need to take out his enemy. Just looking at Tralala's base, he does not even have much that is IR, as he used it all for the front line. He is not extremely low on resources, but it's not going to be enough to hold off this attack. These militiamen and hand cannons are just clearing everything in their path. And that goes all the way back to Tralala's base. He does try to defend it off with what he has and however he can, but straight away XKaLiBaR is through the wall and is showing no signs of mercy. It really is amazing how quickly everything can change in a 1v1 by just going up an age. Although with the amount of attacking in the beginning, I am surprised Tralala managed to hold it all off. He defended brilliantly. And now with him sending workers into attack, we can safely say that this is a GG. They both played extremely well with great attacks and great defences as well. Both players had to do both of those things throughout the entire game. It was a fantastic one to watch and I really did enjoy it. There was so much action in this, I'm sorry if I missed any of it, and thank you very much to XKaLiBaR for letting me review the replay and commentate over it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. If you did, then press that like button. Comment below for the monthly giveaways and check out the description to find out more. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content, as I have much more to show you. It really does mean a lot to me doing all of those things, so thank you. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace.